to you by viewers like you. Thanks for your donations.
It's always fun meeting with the fans. Each fan is a new experience for me. I get a lot of joy out of seeing them react to meeting me. And they get a lot of joy, and I get off on their joy, and there's just a lot of joy going on. Everybody's real happy. I had been working for Saban Entertainment for a while. We did series like The Noozles, Little Women, Grimm's Fairy Tales, Journey to the Heart of the World. I think that was the name of it. Several series. Wowzer. Did I say Button Nose? Button Nose. And so when the Power Rangers came up, I was given the role of Finster because he went to his stable of actors. He had a regular stable of around 20, 30 actors, and the producer, Winston Richard, just, I didn't even have to audition for Finster. I just got it. So we were going along doing the shows, and we had no idea it was going to be this big. So then it really took off. The show really catapulted, rocketed. And then they came up with the role of Lord Zed. So I asked Scott Page, the producer, the post-production producer, if I could audition for Lord Zed. And he said, sure. So I brought the material home, and Lord Zed was just a paragraph on a piece of paper. There was no drawing or anything, and I said, all right, let me, so I developed the voice. Took me about 20 minutes to develop the voice, and I went in with what I had. How I developed the voice was I took a voice that I had auditioned with the year before and modified it to fit what I thought would fit Lord Zed. He was described as being big and regal, and I figured, well, he'd probably be something like Darth Vader, who was popular at the time. So I figured, all right, he'd be Darth Vader. I didn't even know what he looked like, but I just imagined. You know, when you do voiceover, you have to use your imagination a lot. Sometimes you don't know what the character looks like. So I started out doing this voice that was very hissy. The role that I read for was a character called Lumbar Hist in a project called Battlefield Earth. It was a books on tape project. And Lumbar Hist was the character I read for in that project, and he was like the head of the intergalactic FBI. He was sort of like a J. Edgar Hoover in this science fiction book, Battlefield Earth. So he was a very high, hissy voice like this. I figured hiss. So I'll make him hiss like a snake. So I took that voice, and when I auditioned for that role, I didn't get the job. But I figured this is a great voice. I kept it in the back of my mind. So I used it for Lord Zed, except with modifications. I took him more in the diaphragm because I figured Lord Zed was going to be big. So this became this, and that was Lord Zed. So I went and I auditioned not one, not two, but 3 times before they finally gave me the part, because they didn't believe it was me. So that's basically how I got the part. And I continued on doing Finster, of course, in the show. So I was doing both characters. Oh, I didn't care for it that much. I figured it was the demise of the character. But I guess it was a necessary thing because Saban was getting a lot of letters from parents saying that Lord Zed was too mean and scary. He was giving their kids nightmares. So they had to dumb him down. Once in a while we do stuff together. Once in a great while. Oh, it was always a lot more fun than working alone, because we got to play off of each other. Well, I tell you, when we all worked together was when we did the live show, the soundtrack for the live show. The live show, which was a show that went out all across the United States with 2 separate casts. The show was all soundtracked, and we did the soundtrack. And that was like 10, 12 of us sitting in a circle together for like 12 hours, knocking out the whole script in one day, in one long session with a break for dinner. That was a lot of fun. It was very exhausting too. I just finished a show called Fist of the North Star, which is a pretty well-known anime show that's being redone with a new soundtrack. So, and I've done, for the same company, I've done in the last year, Vanguard Ace, Guy King, Captain Harlock, a new version of Captain Harlock, and The Adventures of Nadja. So those are 5 anime projects I've just finished. I'm a reviewer for the Campus Circle magazine, theater reviewer for Campus Circle, yeah.
Okay, and you've done theater in your day, right?
Oh yeah, I've done loads of theater.
Oh, like what kind of roles?
Both
What kind of shows?
comedy and drama, classic plays. I've done everything from Shakespeare to original comedies. I've directed plays. I don't have anything planned right now because I'm doing the conventions a lot, and that gets me out of town on weekends. So I can't commit to a play right now, but I eventually will get back on stage in one way or another. Come to Anime Expo. It's excellent.